Are you serious? Are you serious? What? Space Wars, Vatican knowledge of extraterrestrial revealed in the John Podesta emails. This is an article actually from my son's website, the Crusader Journal. He put this together last night from the emails of John Podesta that were released by WikiLeaks. And so Bart Begley, and I'm trying to see if Bart Begley, if I can actually get him to come on the show today on my live broadcast and give us a little bit of this information. Space War, Vatican's knowledge of extraterrestrials revealed in the Podesta emails. Now, do you want to know who John Podesta is? John Podesta, folks, was the chief of staff for Barack Obama, the president of the United States. He is currently running Hillary Rodham Clinton's campaign for the presidency. And in his emails that were hacked and released yesterday by WikiLeaks, and there's a bunch of emails, there was 2,000 emails. In those 2,000 emails, there's correspondence between Podesta and Hillary Clinton and the discussion of space war, Vatican knowledge of extraterrestrials revealed in the Podesta emails. As a matter of fact, let me just read this for you. This is fascinating. Aliens want to help mankind, but fear our violent tendencies, according to an email exchange revealed by WikiLeaks. These emails were sent by the astronaut Edgar Mitchell to John Podesta. Now remember, Edgar Mitchell was the 6th man to ever walk on the moon. He tells John Podesta that the aliens want to exchange some information, okay, and impending space war and the Vatican's knowledge of alien life. Because the war in space race is heating up, I felt you should be aware of several factors as you and I schedule our Skype talk, said astronaut Edgar Mitchell. He died in February, but he tells Podesta in the emails from 2015, before mentioning a non-violent alien species that wishes to share with mankind zero-point energy, a new technology, a technology from the fallen ones. Now, let me just go on record right now and let you know. These aliens that Podesta and Edgar Mitchell and the Vatican are recognizing are the fallen ones. They are Lucifer's fallen angels. This is what Russ Dizdar has been trying to get across to the church, to the world, really, in his book he wrote, Black Awakening. This is what he's been trying to tell us, is that the fallen ones, Lucifer's fallen angels, are communicating with men, and it's been going on, folks, for a long time, all the way back to Nimrod in Genesis chapter 10, the great-grandson of Noah, Nimrod, the mighty hunter, who was involved in the establishment of the Tower of Babel that was built and was reaching into the heavens. And God saw that man had learned how to communicate in the heavens, to reach into the heavens. I believe to pierce the veil and to literally communicate with the fallen ones. And so God had to confuse mankind's languages and made many different types of dialect to keep us from really just completely selling our souls to the fallen ones, to the Lucifer, all right, and his demons. So Podesta is serving as a counselor to President Barack Obama during this exchange of emails before he left the position to become chairman of Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign. These emails emerged. So at the time of these emails, folks, Podesta was working in the White House with President Barack Obama. He left the White House, of course, to be the chairman for Hillary Clinton's campaign for the presidency. These emails emerged before Monday's second batch of Podesta emails were released by WikiLeaks. Now, Terry Mansfield, who describes herself online as the director of the ETI, or Extraterrestrial Intelligence Peace Task Force, is also mentioned in one of Edgar Mitchell's emails. Referred to as Mitchell's Catholic colleague, Mansfield is also said to be attending the meeting with Podesta to bring us up to date on the Vatican's awareness of ETI. Now, you do understand the Vatican has a high-powered telescope that's called Lucifer, and this is well documented. Now, on her website, Mansfield describes ETIs as being the highest form of intelligence working directly with God. Well, here's the lie. They are the highest form of intelligence working directly with mankind, but not with God. These are the fallen ones that were cast out of heaven. Notice, though, Mansfield acknowledges that these entities were connected to God, and she also acknowledges God. Now, Mitchell, now you have to understand, all pagan worship, and as a matter of fact, in 2 Kings, and I just preached on this week a little bit in reference to a different subject, but I preached about how that these in Israel, under these wicked kings of Jeroboam and Manasseh, that they would worship the pagan gods of Baal and the groves and Moloch. And in 2 Kings chapter 23, it says that when they would worship these gods, they also worshiped to all the host of heaven. Not God, but when they were doing pagan worship, they were worshiping the host of heaven. That is the fallen ones. That is who these people have been communicating with. The same group. And it says it in 3 different places. They communicated and they worshiped with the host of heaven, or the fallen ones. Now you're starting to understand, folks, that demon spirits are entities of Lucifer. But the fallen ones, or the host of heaven, we're talking about direct angelic beings cast out of heaven because of the rebellion against God. And these are the principalities and powers and of high levels who are mankind has been worshiping, from the Nazis to all the way back. We can go all the way back. You want to go all the way back to the Egyptian pyramid days of the pharaohs. We can go all the way back to the worship of Moloch, the worship of Baal, the worship of Dagon, the worship of all of these pagan gods, and still going on today in a lot of your pagan worship, big time. Mitchell, who includes in his email a signature that he's the 6th man to walk on the moon, warns Podesta that the nonviolent ETIs are helping to share 0-point energy, or what L.A. Marzulli would say, alien technology. Okay, in other words, it definitely is some type of technology that we don't understand on Earth, but Nimrod was learning it, and now we're learning it again through these other people are communicating with these fallen angels, but they will not tolerate any forms of military violence on the Earth or in space. Now, 0-point energy, or ZPE, has been studied in quantum physics and is described as a vacuum energy, utilizing an energy that exists in the molecules even at near absolute zero temperature. If harnessed, it could theoretically allow a manned spacecraft to travel to Mars in days rather than years. So it's a super transportation technology. It's called 0-point energy. And we've heard of these things before. We've talked to some folks before who have actually discussed this. And I've just kind of shook my head and said, what in the world are they talking about? But here we are, folks. It's starting to be released. The Vatican's involved. And don't forget, folks, don't forget. I think it was 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, right here on this YouTube channel, I discussed with you that the United Nations had just created an ambassador for the aliens. A UN ambassador for the aliens to represent planet Earth with the aliens. We've already set up a UN. There's an office. They got 150 employees. Their job is to be prepared to communicate with the fallen ones. So the fallen angels are really the aliens, and you have to understand the biblical context of that. And that's where, I understand it. Even in the church world, a lot of your mainstream denominations have no clue of the demonic entities that are manipulating mankind. But I'm sorry, but it's all through the whole Bible. And so we are living in now a time where the technologies are catching up with the prophecies. Now, I'm going to put the links below. I'm going to put a link below to this article, the full article, by my son's website called the Crusader Journal. Please go there. When you go there, also, I'm going to put a link there, on this to the WikiLeaks leaked emails. I'm also going to put a link to Russia Today, since they have just now covered it. And I want you to understand, this is the time we're living in. We're living in the last days. The great battle of Armageddon is being set up, folks. Lucifer and his armies are going to fight against Jesus Christ and his armies. And so you can't believe a lie that these fallen ones are saying about they want peace. Trust me, they don't want peace. They are the authors of confusion. They are the violent ones. And even von Braun, the Nazi who came over here during World War II, von Braun understood some of this technology. He says the Nazis received from the aliens or the fallen ones. I'll be back with more. We got a whole lot more to cover today, and I'm going to be talking about space war, the Vatican's knowledge of extraterrestrials in today's broadcast. Don't miss it. It starts at 11 a.m. We're starting an hour early. You don't want to be late. I'll see you then. God bless. Give your life to Jesus Christ. Don't fear these aliens. Don't fear these demons. Don't fear these fallen angels. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. We have already won. Keep your faith in the Lord Jesus. Give your life to Jesus Christ. We're running out of time.